So it's almost 12 a.m. It's almost midnight, and I just picked up my iPhone and I was like, I gotta make this video. So I don't know exactly like what the title is gonna be for this one, but I wanted to touch on this idea of like, what is the secret in making it in business? What is the secret to making an online business that truly thrives and that is profitable and that allows you to live the life you want to live? So in my career, you guys probably know this if you've been watching the content, I've dabbled with a lot of different things. So I was a music artist before. I all of my life really I was this like creative kid. In second grade making magazines, fourth grade doing like drawing, fifth grade hustling tattoos, hustling kids for tattoos. So I've always like done stuff. I discovered music in eighth grade, and that was basically most of my life. And then after that, I got into business, started three businesses, scaled decom to six figures, and now we're here with my personal brand and coaching business. And so most of my life, ever since I was a little kid, I was just creating stuff. And while some business ventures were not as successful as I would have hoped for, probably because I wasn't that involved. But the ones that were successful, and now with my personal brand having scaled and with the coaching business, I realized that the number one secret in making it in life, not only like with business, it's not a strategy, it's not a funnel, it's not it's not like some little like tip that you can apply and like that will magically fix everything. It's not that. What really is resilience. So this is gonna be a yap session. I don't know how long it will be. You guys are gonna, chill with me here. But I'm just trying to think of like how I'm trying to structure this because it's all on the go. So I see a lot of people online, creators, entrepreneurs, founders that are looking for that shortcut, right? Everybody wants a shortcut. Everybody wants a quick thing they can implement right now with their content, marketing, ads, the funnel to magically suddenly change their life forever. But it usually doesn't work like that. The biggest hack that I've discovered myself is just not stopping. And there's a caveat to this because if you're in a business model that is not working, or like in a business that you just struggle too much to get clients, and it feels like years go by and you really give it your all, and if that doesn't work, then there is a moment, there is a case when you gotta know how to, like, when to pull the plug. But in most cases, most of you watching right now are not trying hard enough. You are simply not trying hard enough. You are not involved. You are not showing up daily, and then most of you quit too soon before obviously seeing the results you would have hoped for. Because you're constantly in the search for a hack, for a shortcut. But again, the biggest hack, at least for me, and studying like all of the successful people, like all of my role models, the biggest hack is not giving up. So no matter like how many times you fall, you always get back up. So for example, when I stopped making music and I went into business, so I started this creative agency. And not that I didn't really like it, I just at the time I could not scale it. Like my mind wasn't, I'm guessing I wasn't as involved as I could have been, or it was just not the right time. So I decided to pull the plug and then immediately went into ecom. And the first ecom store that I started completely flopped. The second one took off, and I was selling phone accessories like cases, stuff like that. Destroyed TikTok with content, viral ads. It was amazing. And so when I had the agency, for example, I was relentless, but I knew when to pull the plug in order for me to position myself in something that would allow me to be successful. And then I was successful eventually with ecom. And then after running three businesses at once, the agency, ecom, and the SaaS business that I had with courses, I then again knew when to kind of like put a stop to that and dive into personal brand, because I knew that without having a platform, without having a presence online, I was just going to be another unknown guy with some skills. And at the time, I was tired of being that. I was tired of being that guy who was just chasing money, and I wanted to provide value to the market. Now, with content, when I started, for example, I posted for 4 months or something like that. 4 months with absolutely like no results. I was getting 100, 200 views on Instagram. And at the time, mind you, I didn't know what the fuck I was gonna like talk about. I was just posting stuff, talking about digital products, the stuff I learned in the SaaS business that I had with digital courses, something with the agency, and I was just like making reels for Instagram. Not even this, with like content on YouTube, right? So I was just posting, and after 4 months of complete resilience and almost like delusional confidence, I had this moment when I genuinely thought that maybe I should just quit. Maybe I should just like give this up because nothing is going to happen. And I have this like shitty day or night, and then I told myself like, don't stop. Like, remember why you started this in the first place and just continue. And I did. And 7 days later, I started to take off on Instagram. My content started to go viral. And now we're here. After having scaled to almost like 200,000 people on Instagram alone in a couple of months, starting my coaching business, helping so many coaches scale. And now we're here with Unlock Creators. And by the way, for anyone watching, I've barely scratched the surface. Like, I'm at like 2%. And I'm in the process of unlocking, like pun intended, my my full potential, I guess, as a both as a man and as a business owner, as an entrepreneur. So what was the secret? What was the secret? Because everyone is searching for the shortcut. Everyone is searching for that one strategy. And inside my coaching business, I have my Unlock Creator model. I have everything that we're talking about with strategies, the systems. But there's something like that goes beyond that. That's just, I feel like, still surface level. The stuff that you gotta have, and look, I'm talking to so many people nowadays, networking, seeing creators, coaches, entrepreneurs, founders. You have to be born with this innate desire to just conquer, innate desire to just build stuff, create businesses, make money, and essentially gain freedom and live the life you want to live. And unless you have this innate desire and this resilience in you, this thing that is just not, it's like this, I call it the flame. Unless you have this flame, you will stop. You will give up. And so when I look at people posting for 2 months or trying a business model, just trying something for like a couple of weeks and just giving up, I know that they will never make it. And especially now with content, I'm seeing so many people that expect results instantly, when in reality, they don't realize that we're in a market right now that is so competitive. And AI right now is going so crazy that you have to be to a point hyper delusional in your mind so that you just show up so much, like so consistently, to the point where at one point you do get lucky, right, and overnight change your life. But that overnight thing does not happen, that moment does not take place, unless you show up like a madman, unless you are so resilient. And no matter how many times you fall, you get back up. No matter how many businesses fail for you, you start another one. Like, you got to understand, like, most of you watching right now, you're expecting to like build your dream life and your dream business and like taking off online in a couple of months, when in reality it takes years and years and years of dedication, trials and tribulations, going through so much failure and learning so much. Because it's this idea of like, if you knew you were like 3 failures away from success, how fast would you want to fail? So that's another thing. Like, a lot of you are so scared of failing. Like, I remember, man, like I remember when with freelancing, I made so many mistakes. It is absolutely crazy. I sold beats as well. Like, I don't know if I talked about this on this channel, but like I sold beats. I made so many mistakes with that. I made like $10,000 with that in a couple of months, with so many mistakes. And then in business with like contracts and stuff, I fucked up so many different times. But my biggest secret, and something that I'm gonna be honest, like separates me completely from 99% of people, is this idea of I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to give up. Like, no matter what happens, I am not giving up. Is this idea of get rich or die trying. Like, I'm not going to stop until I have the Lambo in Dubai, until I have the life that I want to live, until I have the businesses that I want to have, until I conquer the online space, and until I truly become the version of myself that I feel like I was supposed to be all this time. Because while last year I started to take off and the coaching business is getting more and more successful, I feel like, again, I've barely scratched the surface. But throughout this entire journey, as I'm unlocking more parts of me, as I'm being like more myself and showing up, showing like more sides of me, throughout all of this, again, the thing that really kept me going was this faith, I guess you could call it, like this confidence in myself that no matter what happens, I will make it. So if you want the big secret, like the big hack, there is no big hack. The big hack is in within you. The big hack is you not stopping at all, knowing when to pivot, knowing when to pull the plug on certain things, on certain business ventures. But overall in the journey, no matter how many times you fall, you getting back up. So it's 12 a.m. here. It's midnight. I'm filming videos. And I keep thinking to myself, like, there are so many people right now either like partying or doing dumb shit, and then saying they want a certain type of life. But they don't understand that in order for them to get that life, they need to become that person who doesn't stop, who has resilience, shows up no matter how many times they fail. Because we as human beings, we are not designed to be uncomfortable. Like, our brain is designed to protect us. So a lot of you right now, you're saying you want to get into business, but you want a safe path. You want a shortcut. You want something that is safe. But that's not how business works. Like, don't go into trying to build an empire in business with the mentality of the paycheck, right? With the paycheck mentality. Like, I remember when I had a 9 to 5. I remember when I worked in the Amazon warehouse. In my mind, like back then, I was like 21 or 22. I was just a kid. I don't know. But I had this thing of like, this is so weird, because like a lot of people live like this, like their entire life with that quote unquote safety, because this is bullshit. Of like, I'm going to get the paycheck at the end of the month and life is good. But is it really? Like, is that enough? Like, is that it for life? And I knew ever since I was young, I swear to God, and I talked about this before, ever since I was young, I was looking at my parents, looking at teachers, looking at adults. And I was, mind you, a little kid. And I was looking at them thinking, like, this is not it. Like, having a job that you hate, like slaving your life for like some numbers at the end of the month. That's not it. And so I guess that is really either like from God or from myself. I don't know where that came from, but I've always had this desire of essentially escaping this fucking matrix and building something, building a business, building something for myself that generates money so that I can use that money to live my life and to build the freedom that I want to build. And so again, drawing it back to this idea of like what is the secret to succeeding with business, with there's no secret, man. Like the thing is you have to be crazy. Like it takes a different kind of individual to make it. It takes a different kind of person that just does not stop, because business at times is so rough. It's like war. You're going to war and you get no like loot, right? You get no gold, you get no reward, but yet you still got to wake up the next day and still go to battle. And this whole online space with gurus, with like selling courses, shortcuts, this idea of like, hey, pay me 29 bucks and I'm giving you the secret to life, like this is all bullshit. And that's why I'm telling people, even in like my inner circle, like no matter how much I'm helping you with consulting, with helping you build the systems for your coaching business, unless you have this resilience, unless you are a leader and you're a warrior, you're not gonna make it. Like that's the thing. Is like, and look, a lot of people just don't have it. Just don't have it, and you might be one of them. Like, this is not for everyone. That's when I'm out and I look at people, I almost have this arrogant, sort of like really cocky, uh, like perspective, as in, to a degree, I think to myself a lot of the times that, oh, like I'm so much better than most people, because the truth is right now it's so easy to win. Everyone is like so distracted. I'll look at people, I'm like, bro, you're so distracted. You're so easy to beat. Most people don't have clear goals. Most people don't even know what their purpose is in life. They don't know their why. They don't have a clear plan. Or if they have some goals, it's just like some far-fetched goals that, they heard somewhere else. They don't even know who they are. They don't even know what they want in life. And they don't have resilience. Like, people stop. I've seen people quit after 30 days and something. And now, as I'm getting more successful, as the numbers are starting to go up, as I'm traveling the world, networking with people, building businesses, I'm about to venture into AI a lot more. You guys are going to see that more on the channel. As I build the life that I've always wanted, I see that what really separates winners from the toe dippers, from the people that just try shit out, from the dabblers, is just this insane ability to go, like just go every single day. And so I don't know like how long this video is gonna be, but I love these yapping sessions, especially late at night like this. But I just wanted to make this video because it's it's so easy to win if you never stop, if you just keep going, no matter what, no matter how hard it gets. Because you have to ask yourself, what is the alternative? If I want to build this business, right? What is the alternative of doing that? Like getting a job that I hate, compromising myself, being complacent. Most of you are complacent. That is the truth. Most of you are in a situation right now where you are the only one sabotaging yourself. You don't even know. You might be 1 month, 2 months, 3 months away from that dream life, from that car, from that business, from that, like, whatever you want. But you sabotage yourself. And you don't even know it. Because you constantly go back to bad habits. You constantly go back to fear. And you just live based on scarcity. And you constantly give up. You constantly give up on the things that you tell yourself that you are going to do. And I was in that place as well. But then I had a moment with myself and I was like, look, if you really want the life that you say you want, that has got to end. And you got to be savage, you got to be delusional, and you have to be relentless in your pursuit for your full potential, because this is what it's all about. It's not about building a quick business that gets you some cash, like just chasing trends, just like trying to be like, because that's what I said, like a lot of people don't even have the self-identity, like they don't even know who they are. So it's about discovering who you are, what you really want in life, and building something. If you're an entrepreneur right now watching this, building a business around what you want in life and not beating around the bush like that, like taking action, and being relentless, being resilient. That is what it's all about. So I'm just going to end it with this. Please understand there is no quick strategy that you can implement in 2 seconds, or like no matter how many strategies you see online, if you don't have this within yourself, if you don't nurture this ability, this resilience, this ability to never stop, you will not make it. You will not make it. Right now, the market is insane. In order for you to even rise like to the surface, you have to defeat your dark thoughts, your negative patterns. You have to defeat your limiting beliefs, and you have to conquer your entire mind and reprogram your mind in order for you to get to that point where you can like barely scratch the surface. But then on the flip side, the good news is if you do have this ability within you to never quit, if you do show up, if no matter how many times you fall, you get back up and you continue pushing, you will eventually make it. There is no way, like if you never stop, the only, you want to know like how you can truly fail? How you can truly fail is if you quit. If you quit, because people quit every day. People quit every day. Right now, as I'm filming this video, it was 12 a.m. Someone quit. Someone quit because it was too hard, because they didn't make enough money, because whatever bullshit excuse they found in their minds. But in reality is they quit because they self-sabotaged. So again, I'm not sure for how long I yapped, but hopefully you guys got some value from this. And please understand, this game is only for the killers, only for the winners. Business, this whole idea of building a business that generates the amount of cash flow that enables you to live life however you want without worrying. In order for you to build something like that, you have to have a winner's mindset. You have to have resilience, because without it, you're just going to be like everyone else. And right now, you got to ask yourself, do I want to be like everyone else, or do I want to be different? Do I want to be a killer?